It's Week 10 of the 2022 season. Coming up next, we'll see Dallas Goedert. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Eagles and the Commanders on Monday.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. And for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be brought out by a player who was undrafted back in 2015 out of Old Dominion. Last season, his first as a starter, it's Taylor Heineke.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Well, certainly not a great start. You give up the one-play touchdown, Charles, and it looked like this offense was trying to get the equalizer in one play on the other side.
They certainly were, and I think that the shock of giving up the big play may have forced their hand a little bit in their play calling. They didn't have the discipline to just say, we've got time, let's go ahead and work it downfield. Oh, you got a big play against us? We're coming right back to you. And it didn't go the way they envisioned.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A gain of 32 that time. Sanders is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Just an unbelievable start. Less than a minute in, they're already up 2 touchdowns.
You talk about getting out of the gate fast. I mean, beyond fast. That's warp speed, isn't it? To jump up with 2 scores like that in less than a minute's time, your confidence has to be elevated.
I haven't even found the right height for my chair yet. I'm still adjusting.
You mean you found a way to sit down?
I did, yeah.
Wow,
I guess I got that accomplished.
I'm still standing watching this occur.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Heineke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Heineke got this complete to Jahan Dotson. He's at the 40. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Heineke to throw it. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Sly able to put this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty. The roughing the kicker caught on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head and not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And they'll throw again. Heineke. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Sly able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll go again with Sanders. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts doing it himself from 9 yards out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Washington offense set to take over. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Heineke.
He'll buy some time. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, Fletcher counts. He's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his left there. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, he covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return.
And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead.
And you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts. That's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Heineke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Edwards leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
These two teams have met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. Heineke throw complete there to Thomas. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Again, it's Heineke.
Eluding the pressure right. And a loose football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
From the 24, Heineke.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. Heineke.
And this is going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. And he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. Past the 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful, as well as utilizing his talents. And this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Pulls it in at the 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On 1st and 10, Heineke. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
First down, Heineke.
Escaping the pressure right.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Able to connect with Dotson. He's going to pick up the first down.